Hey guys, you can see the cowling is pulled off the plane. It's currently undergoing its annual. So we're just gonna do some hangar talk today. When I was a first-time owner, I had a hard time finding resources on the internet for what are some supplies that I should stock my hangar with. Well, now being a owner for a couple of years now, there's certainly some items that have bubbled to the top. So we're just gonna go through those. Hopefully this will help some new time owners, maybe some long time owners as well. There are links in the description if you wanna check them out. And without further ado, let's dig in.
My name is Saders, and I'm an IFR rated private pilot sharing my experiences flying and learning everything aviation.
Whether you own a high wing or a low wing aircraft, you're gonna have to get underneath it to do some inspection work or some cleaning or whatever the case may be. So having a good crawler is a must-have in my department. You can see I've got this one that has a nice padded headrest as well as containers for tools and screws and whatnot. It is plastic, so it's not the most comfortable one in the world. As another option, I do have this red fully padded one, and it's got an adjustable headrest. It's a metal frame. No compartments for the tools, but it certainly gets the job done as well. Without a doubt, flying airplanes is dirty business sometimes, and if you care at all about your airplane, you're gonna find yourself cleaning it quite often. So let's go over what cleaning supplies I have at the ready. Certainly some shop towels, microfiber cloths. I like these round little cloths as well if you're trying to work on cleaning a specific area. Let's talk about some products though. I use Bug Slide after every flight. It is intended for motorcyclists to clean their bikes after each ride, but I found that it works great on the leading edge of the airplane to clean off bugs. So Bug Slide is my go-to. It smells great as well. Turtle Wax Bug and Tar, this works great for the belly of the airplane to clean off that oil, grime, and the nastiness that's under there. WD-40 works great for a cleaner as well. Many people think of it as a lubricant, but after each flight, I will spray some on a microfiber cloth and clean off the struts and the gunk that accumulates there. I like to see my face shine in my spinner, and so Mother's polish, the mag and aluminum polish, works great for polishing up my spinner so I can see my pretty face in that. As far as my windshield is concerned, I only ever use a sponge, water, and a microfiber cloth to clean my windshield, and I have dedicated sponge microfiber cloth that only ever touch the windshield to keep that nice and clean. I did try this Clean Wing product, and it's kind of curved. It's meant to go down the leading edge. I wasn't super thrilled with the outcome. I found that just using a microfiber cloth worked better for me. After each flight, the engine is still gonna be wanting to spit some oil out, and so I find that having some drip trays at the ready are nice to keep that junk off of my hangar floor. I've got two. They are 36 inches long by 25 inches wide. They are awesome, and I just slide them under my engine compartment after each flight to keep that oil off of the hangar floor. Next on my list are my shop vacs. You can see I've got a full size and a small one as well. This small size is awesome for cleaning out the cabin of the airplane after like a nice long cross country where it just collects some dirt and whatnot in there. The full size is certainly handy for just the general hangar cleaning. This model actually detaches and can become a blower for the hangar floor. So that's nice to be able to clean out the hangar floor of all the dust and cobwebs that collect over time. Next up are some beverages. It's great for not only yourself, but your passengers to have some bottle of water for the flight. I got some juice boxes, which my son enjoys. I keep some of these in a mini fridge in the hangar, as well as some adult beverages if I want to enjoy a beer at the end of the day with the hangar door open, watching the planes come and go. I'm a big fan of having some organization in my hangar and my life in general. And so when I'm working on screws in various parts across the plane, I like having some containers to keep all those things organized. So I've got some screw top containers here that are pretty good. I have a old coffee grounds container for some larger parts. I like having this kind of rubbery tray that you can put your tools as well as sections for screws and whatnot. You can just set it wherever you're working and keep things nice and organized there. I like to also be involved with the annual inspection of my plane, and so when that happens, a lot of screws and washers and parts come off of the plane for the inspection panels. So I like having a box of Ziploc, snack size Ziploc bags to put all of those parts into, maybe label them with a Sharpie and whatnot. This container from Craftsman is awesome. It condenses down to be nice and flat. You can see I've also got some screws and whatnot in there. It's got magnets in the bottom, so it kind of helps to keep the parts in there as well. Across the various planes, there are different screw sizes and screw types. The big box stores have some of those, but I have found it very beneficial to order a screw pack from the internet specific for my plane. They're kind of pricey, but you'll get a bunch of these little sized bags of screws that are specific for your model of airplane. And so as you're doing a pre-flight or even a post-flight cleanup, if you notice that a screw or washer is missing, or let's say you want to replace a strip screw, it's nice to just have a pack of these at the ready. Just go to the workbench, grab a new one, throw it in, and keep everything nice and tight. It's no surprise to any of us that engines require oil, and so of course we need to have oil in our hangar. However, as a new owner, I failed to keep in mind the oil that I would need for when I need to change my oil. So nowadays I'll keep at least one, maybe two extra boxes of oil in the hangar so that I'm fully prepared for not only my regular flights, but also oil changes as well. And that's why I also keep a good supply of oil filters so that when it's time to switch it out, I am fully prepared. Next up on my list is having a rolling cart. Now the cart that I use is a Rubbermaid cart that can collapse down to a flatbed or have two levels. It's awesome for when we're moving bags from the car to the plane or needing to weigh all the bags and stage the bags, moving bags from the plane back to the car. Or if we're working on the engine, it's great to have a place to put some parts and tools and just have a work surface nice and close. So I certainly recommend having some sort of a rolling cart for your hangar. Having an air compressor in the hangar is a great idea. Through the life of your flying, you're gonna need to reinflate your tires and check the air pressure there. And so this little guy can do the trick. You don't need anything fancy. I got this from Harbor Freight and it works just fine. If you're gonna do annuals in your hangar, your AMP is gonna need to check compression with an air compressor, and so you'll need something that goes to at least 80 PSI. This I think can go to 110 or something, and so he does the job just fine. But having an air compressor is a good idea. I'm not breaking the news to anybody that you need some basic tools in your hangar, screwdrivers, sockets, whatever, all that stuff. But two accessories that I find especially useful and handy to have are this Husky micro driver set. It allows you to have a right angle screwdriver as well as some sockets, but especially the screwdriver is what I find the most useful. When I was doing my avionics upgrade, I was using this tool all the time, and it is awesome for getting screws into those tight spots. And it's also handy for strip screws as well, as it gives you some extra leverage to be able to work on those. The next thing I want to point out is a socket accessory set. Now this is from DeWalt, but really any of them will do. The thing that I want to point out here especially is the pivoting socket adapter. So if you're working in a tight spot in the engine and you can't quite get it straight on, but you can get it at an angle a little bit, having that pivoting head really allows you to work great. That's gonna do it for my list of essential supplies for your hangar. Again, links to everything that I mentioned are in the description for you to check out. If there's a veteran pilot who's watching and has an essential item for your hangar that I did not mention, please leave a comment down below. I would love to check it out and probably get for my hangar as well. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.